Hey friends, welcome back to the epic block of the month designed by Charisma Horton from the Little Pink Barn. We are working on month number 6. It's another work month where we're going to make a bunch of these awesome, super colorful quarter square triangles. Are you ready? Let's get started. Friends, welcome back to Charisma Horton's block of the month entitled Epic. My name is Rob Appell from Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas, and we are super excited to have you following us along. We are on block number 6 or month number 6. It's a 12-month quilt along. It is a 96 by 96 inch square quilt using the Benartex New Worlds and Newer Worlds fabrics that I designed myself over the last year. And like I was saying, I'm super blessed to have my good friend Charisma who has designed this awesome block of the month quilt. Now the last few months we've been doing a lot of awesome sewing, some new techniques and things, and this is another catch-up month. But folks, we have 104 of these, so I've got 100 more to go, of these quarter square triangles that you see here on the wall. The fun and easy part is this month the colors are completely randomized, and please try to do your best to keep them randomized. And unlike last month where we had very specific colors and very specific orientations we had to really focus on. So this is going to be a fun month, but don't let yourselves fall behind because we're going to need all of these parts and pieces as you see throughout the rest of the quilt in the rest of the months to come. So please make sure you finish up this month before month 7 starts, and we're going to dive right in. You've been asked to draw a diagonal line on the back side of half of your squares. Like I said, we're going to use them all up and we're going to randomize them. So I've kind of made some high contrast with the turquoise and the orange, and some medium contrast here with a couple of like the lavender and the purple. One of the things I want to point out is with this many half square triangles to draw on the lines of, often my chalk pencil will start to get a little bit dull. So you want to be careful when you're marking on the back end of any of these half square triangles. If you lay your ruler right on the corner, you might actually be making an adjustment. And if you remember from the months in the past, I was telling you how accurate most of these pieces are pre-cut. So what I'll often do is shift my ruler over just slightly so that then when I draw that line, it's actually more corner to corner, because it's easier for me to adjust the ruler than it is to keep sharpening the pencil. Plus the pencil just keeps wearing down. So maybe that's a trick you haven't heard before. It is certainly helpful. And like I said, you will want to take the time to cut the all the cutting information here is on page 12. Follow all this information for how to cut them, and then we're just going to start to reorganize, stack them, and stitch them right now. Oh, and I guess I shouldn't avoid pointing that out. I'm a bit of a scrap user, and because we're doing a quarter square triangle, that little teeny bit of selvage is not going to be a problem at all. So I'll pretend like it's there instead of not there as we continue through our sewing. All right, so for these, we are using that chalk line now as a guide line, not a stitch line. So I'm going to chain piece all of them. Of course, I'm just going to do these few while you're watching me now. But by chain piecing, I'm going to sew to the end. I'm going to leave that needle down. I'm going to grab the next set, and I'm going to do all of them all on the one side. So sewing on the left-hand side of that chalk line. And then when all of those are done, I got like this sausage of wonderful color made of fabric there. Then I will just go ahead and take them, rotate them, bring them back around. Oh, and I've been goofing off. I better go check my iron before I go any further as well. Make sure it's warming up because we will want that hot here in the next few moments. Once all of that stitching is done, that's actually half the work already pretty much, folks. Use a ruler and a cutter. Lay that ruler on that chalk line or corner to corner and go ahead and slice all of those apart. Okay, now what we're going to do next is we're going to press them all to your darker of the two fabrics, because you can also randomize them from here. So the disadvantage in this set of instructions is I'm only going to use 2 series of fabrics, but I certainly should be grabbing another color setup right now. So just to prove that point, I'm not even going to use These ones, we're just going to do this one time or set those aside for later, and that's one of the best ways to help you stay randomized in your color combinations. Now you will notice by the cutting instructions you were asked to cut a few more red than the other colors, and you want to just make sure you utilize those accordingly. Okay, so now here's the next trick when we come back together. All right, what we want to do is we're going to now need to draw one more chalk line. So to reiterate, I'm going to just slightly towards me from the corner so that my wide pencil tip actually hits on the corner. And I've drawn myself a perpendicular chalk line to the seams we've just made. Folks, this is embarrassing because the cameras are rolling, but I always have to do this to make sure I get it right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm looking on here and my seams are going in the same direction together. So what I really want to try to do now is nest them so that I have kind of a dark on an opposite side. My check will be that when I peel this open, you see if I were to have stitched along there, that wouldn't work. So my check is we're going to sew along here, we're going to cut along here, so when I peel it open with that sewing there, then I should see all four colors. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so anyways, line them up, perpendicular sewing, nestle together those center seams for a nice crisp seam allowance. Just like before, stitch on both sides of the chalk line. The closer you stitch to the chalk line, the more you will have to trim at the end. These will need to be trimmed down to 4.5 inches. I'll show you that here in a second. But first, we're going to go ahead like before and just cut these open, cut them apart by using the ruler to keep our hands safe. Press whichever way you'd like now. And the reason I keep saying keep them randomized because you're still going to get two that look very, very similar anyway. So you see the use of my blues and reds over here. That was the one series of half square triangles that were then mixed with the other colors that you're seeing up on the wall. Okay. So then once you get to this point, you are going to want to take the time to go ahead and trim them down. And one of the easiest ways and mostly accurate ways is to use your 45-degree line on your rectangular style rulers. And then just lay that line along the diagonal seam allowance. If you can, make sure that you're larger than 4.5 at this bottom corner because we're going to 4.5. But you do want to be able to trim these edges square as well. So I slid it down a little bit, still keeping completely laying that 45 line on that 45 seam. Now I can trim both of these dangerously close to my beautiful fabrics there. When we rotate this 180 degrees, now I'm going to have that same diagonal. I'm looking for my 4.5 and my 4.5 mark there. And you can see I've got my trim. And that's going to keep a very square and fairly centered center point. It might shift a little bit if for some way you had grabbed something and it went wonky, but it really should keep that just about perfectly centered for you so that you can trim all of these down, set them all on your design wall and or in a pile, mark them as month 6 and set them aside for later. It really is that simple this month, folks. I wish I had more to say other than good luck and please don't fall behind because we're going to want to use all of these pieces again in the months coming very, very soon. So glad you're following along with me, Rob Appell from Stitchin Heaven, using the Benartex New and Newer Worlds fabrics on Charisma Horton's Epic Block of the Month. Folks, we will see you for several more months in the future. And if you haven't already joined in the program, it's never too late. Pick up a pattern or a kit somewhere and join us along. We're having so much fun doing this. It would be great to have you participate as well. Thanks, folks, for being here. We'll see you next month.